in Albania for the leadership, and particularly Albania for the leadership they've shown throughout this difficult year. And to wish Sweden the best for your own incoming chairmanship. You will have our full support as you take the baton from Albania. Ireland fully aligns itself with the statement made by the High Representative on behalf of the European Union. We extend also our appreciation to Poland for their work. The OSCE is well served by such participating states willing to tackle the profound challenges in the years ahead. Equally, we look forward to resolving the leadership crisis that has undermined our shared organisation, and we fully support the 4 candidates proposed. Madam Chair, Tirana 2020 marks the anniversary of several pillars of the security and dialogue architecture of the OSCE, not least the 45th anniversary of the Helsinki Final Act. A comprehensive approach to security demands that we address security issues in their full complexity and do not seek to limit ourselves to outdated concepts of what makes our societies secure. In Ireland's experiences, such agreements are the beginning and not the end of efforts to consolidate and expand security. So we must all refocus our efforts towards the implementation of those principles and commitments of the OSCE as agreed by each one of us. Key to this is ensuring the full, equal, and meaningful participation of women and girls, and a demonstrable commitment to gender equality. Madam Chair, COVID has affected us all in 2020, but we must also be mindful of significant conflicts which have been before us for far considerably longer, and which have given rise to loss of life and the destruction of homes and livelihoods. The illegal annexation of Crimea by Russia, the violation of the territorial integrity of Ukraine, the violence in and around the Donbass, the protracted conflicts in Georgia and Moldova, and the recent war in Nagorno-Karabakh continue to affect the lives of millions of people, and they represent significant challenges to the OSCE's governing principles and commitments. The situation, however, is not and never is without hope. The Special Monitoring Mission in Ukraine continues to record a dramatic reduction in violence since the agreement of additional measures to strengthen the ceasefire in place since July. A clear demonstration of the positive effects of political will. Similar resolve is needed to fully implement the Minsk agreements in order to achieve a sustainable political solution to the conflict in line with OSCE principles and commitments. Equally, the cessation of violence in Nagorno-Karabakh is an encouraging development. Building on this first key step, Ireland fully supports the OSCE Minsk group, led by the co-chairs, as the only established to pursue a negotiated, comprehensive and sustainable settlement of the conflict, including on the status of Nagorno-Karabakh. Democratic values are inseparable from the OSCE concept of security. We commend ODIHR for maintaining its election observation activities throughout this challenging year and for offering invaluable assistance to participating states in their efforts to ensure full and free participation by their citizens in national elections. Regrettably, Professor Benedek's report through the Moscow mechanism on the situation in Belarus demonstrates the challenges to democracy that persist in the OSCE area. The widespread peaceful demonstrations have sadly been met by violence, disgracefully, and instances of arbitrary arrest and mistreatment of detainees. Without credible and active participation by citizens, there is no fully realizable concept of security. Across the OSCE area, we must each recommit ourselves to our shared principles, which include respect for human rights, fundamental freedoms, and the democratic principles of government. Our own experience here in Ireland with conflict means that we can testify to the transformative effects of sustainable peace and reconciliation, which must always continue to be worked on. We remain committed to multilateralism as an instrument for expanding international cooperation and for the resolution of conflict. To this end, Ireland sought election to the UN Security Council, and we were elected in June of this year. We believe this to be a strong endorsement of our commitment to collective action. As a Chapter 8 organisation of the United Nations, the OSCE is an integral part of this commitment, and we encourage the development of further meaningful links between the United Nations system and the OSCE. I conclude by thanking the outgoing chairs from Albania for the work that they have demonstrated so hard throughout 2020. Thank you, Madam Chair.